Hi, everyone. How are y'all doing? Hi, Johanna, if you're still here. Miss J, Ashley, Terry, Krista, Megan, Andrea, Scoos, are you coming up? How is everyone doing? Brittany, I think, is also going to join. We're going to have just a whole panel over here. I just saw your Discord sleuth. Hi, Allie. You still have the link, right, Scoos? I hope y'all are having... Hi, Terry. Welcome. I hope you like it over here. Oh, I bet you are tired. It's been a long day over here. Finally, my internet is working. Okay, I'll send it. Welcome, Sherry. Thank you for joining. Everyone, thank you so much for coming in. I'm trying to send this link to Scoos. Yes, we got some stuff to talk about for sure. Yes, Brittany, I want you to join. I know, it's so sad. Last night, I was a mess. And if y'all were on Brittany's channel, I apologize. That's just real-time feelings right there. Like, shocked. Hi, sorry.
No, it's fine.
How are you? Beautiful.
Oh, I'm good. I'm slightly annoyed.
Yeah. Same. Thank you, Andrea. Yeah, it was definitely a real emotion last night.
Everything's pissed me off today, to be fair. There's so much going on in the past 24 hours.
Yes. Last night, Terry, I barely slept. And then I woke up with a pounding headache this morning. I just assume it was from crying and tossing and turning all night. I just kept thinking about Quentin. I felt so bad. It was hard, Allie. It was so hard. Brittany's supposed to join. She texted me and asked me if I wanted her to join. I'm just going to wait a couple minutes to see if Brittany comes in.
Oh, you might hear a load of noise in a minute because my dog's running around. Give me 2 seconds.
Oh, you're fine. Yes, we're going to talk about that too. I don't have it. But I know Brittany and Scoos saw it. Yeah. Kay Cooper, 100% feel you. Hi, Terry. Two Terrys in the house. It is heartbreaking. Is Brittany coming on? So, let me bring Scoos back on.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. Okay, she's coming.
She on her way.
Yeah. I said, is you coming? Savannah is so swampy, especially in the south side. Yes, it is. Very swampy out there. There she is. Hey, girl.
Hey, Sleuth.
Hey, Britt.
I didn't expect you to be here. All right, PSA, everybody. My kids are like, I don't know if they're getting that last little. Lightning McQueen for babies. They're getting that last little bit of energy rush because they know it's time for bed.
Yep.
Are we live? Yeah, we're live. Hi, everybody.
Hi, the Erie Fairy.
2 seconds. I'm going to go share the live really quick.
That's what I need to do is go for a walk. I used to do it almost every night.
I'm going to share the live too. Hold on.
Thanks, y'all. Let me tell. I'm going to tell Instagram real quick. So I'm curious real quick before we start what everybody thinks about the news. Have y'all heard about Kiely? I'm sure most of y'all have. But I'm very curious to see what y'all think about it. Hey, Combat. Maybe Brittany can, or maybe I don't know. Scoos, have you watched Zav Girl's whole video? Or Brittany, have you?
Watched whose video?
Zav Girls?
No.
Okay.
No. But,
About the report?
no, I haven't, but I have so many questions.
I do too.
So many questions.
I've watched it. I've been through it. I've screenshotted the autopsy. I've gone through it like 5 times. And
can you share your screenshots when we talk about it?
I'm on my phone. I can send them.
You can send them to me or Britt.
Yeah, do you want me to pop them up on Discord? I can private message you on Discord. Yeah, I'll do that. Hold on.
Kay Cooper, I feel you, girl. I feel you. I can't even straighten my hair in the summertime.
Yes.
The humidity in North Carolina is stagnant, you guys.
Yeah. Same with Georgia. You know that. Yeah. It's bad.
So I haven't watched Zav's video, but I am in Discord with Scoos, and that's all it takes. So we have been seeing what Scoos is dropping, and all I can tell you is, oh my Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my Lord. And oh my God, I don't even know what to say now. Like, it's so disappointing. You had one job, and it's so disappointing that this is the way that we're finding this out. Like, I understand that people request more information and all of that good stuff, but come on, they could have given us a presser and then released it.
Yeah, I'm really disappointed they did not give us a presser. Like, this is not a small case. People, they know people want answers, you know? Yes, Allie, I read through it on another channel. It, to me, does not scream that she was wasted like they were saying. Absolutely. That was the first thing I noticed. That was the first thing I looked at, was I wanted to see how much alcohol she had in her.
Yeah. Or if there was anything else, you know. But from just from the bit that I've listen. You want to talk
Hi,
about
Susan.
cases breaking these last 2 days? I'm in information overload.
Mhm.
Guys, the minute we get off of one live stream and we, kind of get our minds into real life things, bam, something else.
happens.
I'm not even kidding. We got off the live today. I think it was within the hour. And reports started going around that poor baby, I can't even think. Goodness gracious. That poor baby Quentin was found. Like,
Yeah.
huge
Did you
in
see
the
what I
mouth.
sent you on Facebook Messenger, Brittany?
Yes. Just
Like,
now?
yes.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah. Can I clear that up really quickly too?
Yes.
Quentin has not been found. No
They're even
matter how
reporting that on the
big
news.
Yeah, no matter how big the creator is that puts that out, you guys, law enforcement, just wait until Ellie confirms it, because I cannot believe how many people, I like big creators running with it.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody said last night, you owe that evil exposed an apology for calling her a liar. I never called her a liar.
Darkness exposed?
Yes, see, I can't even
No,
remember.
we didn't call. We just said let's wait for law enforcement.
Yes.
Which is not wrong of us to want to see physical, factual proof. And any of my subscribers here that have been watching me for a long time, y'all know, like, I am 100% all about the proof. Give me the receipts. And so is Brittany. So is Scoose. Like, and I believe so are all y'all. That girl, Allie, her ethanol content was only 88, which is like blowing a 0.9, 0.9.
Read Kay Cooper's comment.
Okay. Yes, they put out the toxicology report, Ashley. Let me look down. I don't know. I don't know what to think, honestly, Leslie. Kay Cooper. Yes, I saw that. I don't know where Brittany went. Yeah. Tell me that. Yeah, we're going to talk about that too. Oh, Scotty. Is that you, Scotty?
Uh-oh, I don't have no sound.
Yeah, I hear you. Can you hear me? Oh, no. Sorry, y'all. I'm catching up on y'all's comments real quick. Yes. Erie Fairy, yes. Hi, Sassy.
Oh, there goes my sound.
Can you hear now, Scotty?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Delta 9 is part of a cannabinoid plant. It doesn't have the psychoactiveness. I guess that's the best way to explain it. Scotty, is that the best way to explain it?
Probably. Delta 9 you can get, it's like it's at them smoke shops.
Yeah.
People smoke it, yeah.
Yes. Love you, Sassy.
So, like everybody, there's a lot of people freaking out right now.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I know there's a few people that said, well, how come the stuff like the seatbelt thing wasn't in there? Well, that's not the investigative report. This is only about her body. So, according to all this, It still doesn't make it that there was no foul play.
Right.
That's the LE side of it, right? Like, what if her brake line was cut?
Mm-hmm.
Or, you know what I mean? Or what if somebody else was driving and she was in the car? So it doesn't put that out of the equation.
Right.
Even though I believe it was an accident, but it still doesn't put all that out of the equation. Something else could have been going on.
Did we? I didn't see the part about the water in the lungs. Did they say there was no water in her lungs?
I think it was like big words that we don't even know what the meaning is in there, because there was a lot of stuff in there that had all kind of crazy words that we'd have to like go through and define.
Can I, how many people we got in chat?
53.
All right. Can I borrow the
55.
phone for a moment?
Yes.
All right, guys. So we are on a mission. Mal has never really. We have. Sorry, 1 second. 46. 5. So we're on a mission because Mal has always done pre-record, so she hasn't really done the whole membership thing. So we want to light up the chat green. So if you can, we would love for you to become a member. Let's get Mal's memberships up. If you can't, that's okay. Oprah will be joining at some point, but let's support our girl here and light the chat green.
Thank you, guys.
I'm off my soapbox now. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I love you. So I think she did have water in her lungs, but who's to say they're telling the truth? Yeah, Nevada that did it, isn't the sheriff, the coroner, and the medical examiner?
There was like 5 people there, you guys. If it was something was nefarious about this report, it'd have to be the coroner, it'd have to be the forensic pathologist, it'd have to be the sheriff, it'd have to be the FBI agent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's too many people
with their hands in the pot.
Yeah, it's factual, I'm sure. And you know, it's crazy how detailed it is. Like, we didn't even think we were going to get one. You know what I mean? And then it comes out and it's in this much detail, and now people are picking it apart. It's like we should be happy that we got it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm a little shocked that we got it. I did not. I banked at. I would have put money that we wasn't going to get it.
I didn't think so either. I thought it would just be the manner and cause myself too.
Oh, I want to elaborate to you what I meant in Discord about it when I was like, I cannot. They had, you know, this is the one time they decided to like F this up. They could. I know that they had people who requested information, but I want to press her, so at least some questions could be asked.
Right.
Yeah, the coroner should have notified the sheriff of Nevada County and said, "Hey, look, we're releasing all these FOIA requests today. You know, we're just giving you a heads up." And they could have went on and did a presser beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. But maybe there's more, and maybe they're not done.
I mean, yeah.
They're not going to come out and say, yeah, or cause, or, you know, or manner is accidental and or causes is drowning if they have more on the vehicle. Like, you got to remember, we don't have the whole vehicle component of it.
Right.
At all. Or the, you know, the investigative component, you know, like the detectives and statements and cell phone, all the cell phones. We don't have any of that. So there's a lot of more components than just the
Terry,
whole case.
It's okay, Terry. Don't worry about it. If y'all can become a member, I would appreciate it greatly. If you cannot, I still love you and appreciate you just the same. I promise. I'm probably going to be doing a members only live this weekend, just talking about true crime and really anything.
Hey, T. Adams, good to see you. If you can email me, I can send it to you. Or if you're on Facebook, I could find you and get in touch with you through Messenger.
Oh, Scoos, thank you.
And also,
hi, Erica.
I think it's Sassy Patriot. I'm dead over here. Wait a minute. No, wait a minute. Yes. Whatever you do, do not go to Truckee. Children of the Corn. Demiti is the new Malachi. I'm dead.
Let me highlight that. Hold
I
on.
love you.
She's a trip. Hi, CJ. Hi, T. Adams. Erica, did I say hi to you? I think I did. Hi, Cassandra. I'm getting, dang it, now I lost my place, Gooth, and me screenshotting these. Where did she, oh, she's right there. I was like, where'd she go? Is that you?
Hello.
Okay, hi.
It is me.
Okay, good.
Okay,
I lost my screenshot place. Hold on. Well, I just messed that all up.
Yeah, so the way I've got it is that it does overlap, so it is going to be really confusing because you've got Zav Girl's little face there, so I've had to screenshot it so those bits overlap.
Yes.
But you will get the general gist of the autopsy. I've got everything that's important that is in there.
Okay. There's a lot, y'all. I'm just downloading it, so I might not read the comments. Hi, Steph. Every time I look up, I lose my place in the screenshots. Okay.
Can Scoose read it? Because if she
Scoose, you want to read it?
Because if she mispronounces a word, we won't know it because it'll sound cool anyway.
Yes, so true.
Yeah.
I want to put them up there at least. Britt.
Yes.
Can you go into the Discord and save those? Are you on your phone or your laptop?
My phone.
Shit. I mean, shoot. Sorry.
What do you need me to do?
I was going to, I keep losing my place in the screenshots and it's taken me forever, but I was going to see if you wanted to pull those up that she sent, but I can do it. It's fine. I just got to find my place.
Where do you keep going? She done dropped off again. I thought I was bad.
What are you guys trying to do? Screenshot the whole report from Zav's?
Yeah, do you see it in the Discord?
Why don't you just go on her live and not play it? Just pause it and then skip forward as she scrolls down.
That's it. Same.
As long as you give credit, Zav doesn't mind.
Okay,
Yeah.
I just didn't want to get in trouble.
Well, you're not playing it at all. You know what I
Right.
mean? All you're doing is pausing it and then just put her, give credit
That's
to her
true.
for having the report because she
That's
sent in for it. Yeah.
All right, Zav, this is not my stuff. I did not find the report from her. I found it from Zav Girl. Just to let everyone know.
It won't let you buy a membership, Red Eyes.
What?
That's so weird. Are you on an iPhone? I know some iPhone members have to have like a special link. I'm sorry, Red Eye.
I'm so sorry. Maybe, sorry, I can't see the chat real quick. I'm looking up Zav Girl's thing.
I was going to check out iPhones, but I heard they're like schizophrenic.
Dentists out of business.
You what? I'm sorry.
I was going to check out iPhones, but I heard they were like schizophrenic phones. So
you may never
They are.
into a
she's got an ad on there. Oh, you got to let that play. Oh, yeah.
Yes, I'm trying to mute myself so you don't have to hear it. Hold on real quick.
Or whatever.
So I got a U phone instead. It's unidentified.
Well, I don't do Apple. I'm a hardcore Android user.
I like oranges.
What? What are you even saying?
You said you don't do apples. I like oranges.
Scotty, I can't with you. Do you know my brain is fried from information overload as it is?
Probably.
Yeah, there's so much to talk about. We've got so I think what we've got going on tonight is basically the same live just on two platforms because we got Mal's and then we're gonna go to mine. Scotty.
Yes, ma'am.
do you see all the misinformation coming out about Quentin today? I haven't got to talk to you much.
No, I know it's all going nuts though, and there's people like out there and all kind of stuff.
A larger creator actually posted that Quentin was found and they were on the way to arrest Lilani. And it's like they posted it and then they deleted it almost immediately, and that was all it took. And other people, it got traction and it just started going around like crazy.
Yeah. And it was just the title.
No, I think it was like a Facebook post.
Oh, yeah, you're right. A Facebook post, and they were live. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I'm not really sure what you mean, Leslie. I know I haven't said anything. I mean, I haven't heard anybody say that she didn't drown. Honestly, like for me, I've said it from day one. If they come back, it's ruled an accident. There's that. We move on. Regardless of, there are things that still get me that I'd like to have questions answered, but I don't even think that we ever will.
Well, I would wait till the Ellie's final report. You know what I mean? I wouldn't jump on this. I mean, this is factual and everything, but it, like I said, it doesn't include phone records, the vehicle stuff, the investigative part of it. This is only one part of the puzzle.
That's right. We do got to take that in consideration too. This is only a fraction.
Mm-hmm.
I'm shocked we got it on October the 13th, though. All this time we've been thinking.
Well, Ellie said they weren't coming out with that until the 1st, right? This is the people FOIA requested this, so you know what I'm saying? This just became public today, right? So the Ellie, this is different from the November 1st thing. That's the police coming with update.
So, the medical examiner they can release this without law enforcement signing off on it. Well, I guess being that this ruled an accident, there's no threat of it, messing with an investigation. So, never mind. I guess that makes sense.
Well, they usually do anyway, right? Do they usually hold this? Or do they usually release it even if there is like prime suspects and stuff?
Y'all, I just did a Brittany. I'm over here talking to y'all and I was on mute.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tara. Yes. Hold on one second.
I think it depends on the circumstances, to be honest. Because there's been times where I can think of that they have released it. And then there's been times in different cases where they withheld it and you never see it.
Hold on, excuse. I'm adding you. It's not, for some reason, like my end, it's not showing hardly anything. Hold on.
If you hit the screen expander.
I did. And then I guess that's a little better.
No, on the corner of the, right on her thing, right on the,
hers.
Yeah, no, right on the report. Take your cursor down the report, bottom right in a little green to the left of her chat. There you go.
Okay. Okay. So I cannot see y'all's chats, by the way. I can't see nothing. So if somebody drops off, let me know.
You want me to read them to you?
Yeah. Just don't make one feel left out.
Mal, you're
I'm busy with
awesome.
some membership.
Mal, we love you.
You are lying.
Mal, I subscribe because you're so
No.
cool.
You're lying.
I'm just reading them.
Oh, Scott.
Come on, you guys, keep them coming.
Oh gosh, I can't. Okay.
Okay, I'll
So
stop. I'll stop. We're about to get serious. This is wild, you guys. I can't believe that we have all this information in here.
yes.
It's kind of like major trigger
So
warning.
Scotty, you've seen this, right?
Yeah.
And I know Scoose has. Is Scoose on?
Yes.
Okay.
She's here with me.
Okay. So I
I'm
have
too
not.
busy being Oprah.
I have not watched this.
Did
So
you give memberships?
You need to check out the chat.
Oh, she gifted your memberships, Mal.
oh, thank you, Scoose.
Your subs are so polite. They're so thankful. It's so sweet.
They are so. Now I gotta get. Hold on. I gotta see y'all.
And also when I get my YouTube check, I'm gonna be Mal's Oprah too because she deserves it.
You're
Scoose, you're
so
awesome.
sweet. Look, there's my mama. Everyone say hi, Mom.
Hi, Mal's
Mom.
mom. T. Adams, I will email you after this, love. Brittany, I know I came at you
Oh,
hard.
you were
on
really
this
saying
one.
it. This was really true, Scotty.
No,
My
I was
friend-
making it up, and then everybody just started going for
Oh,
it.
okay. I was like, oh, dang.
Leslie,
I'm not gonna lie.
Leslie Jamboon. Hang on a second. Leslie Jambon. No, don't worry about it. Honestly, it's okay. Trust me. I'm not even really sure what you did or you said, but it's nothing compared to what others have. So
Yeah.
water under the bridge, my love. Don't even worry about it. And I'm sorry. I'm really sorry for your loss. I hope you're okay.
Me too. Let me slow the chat real quick and do the subscriber thing. I forgot to do that. I know Brittany's gonna yell at me now.
Do your subscribers only so you don't get ping bombed.
Yep.
Before we like talk about this, or like, I kind of want to know what you guys think, like, just not in depth, just like your broad like thoughts right now on like everything that's happened, like the other kids that spoke, AWPs, the roadside guy, the camera
God.
footage, like all the different
What
things that have come
gets
out,
me?
just in a nutshell.
What the one thing that gets me with AWP, I was just talking to Brittany about this, is how they said, and I'm not, y'all, please, I'm not bashing AWP. I absolutely love Adventures with Purpose, love them. But what confuses me is they said that they would release 2 more videos if it is considered foul play.
Yeah, is that because of what evidence they thought that they had?
Yes, that's what I'm thinking. Why else would they not release it if it was an accident? You know?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying she didn't drown. I got to look at this toxicology report more because, like I said, I haven't gone over it yet.
Well,
Has a little bit of what they have.
It
T.
does say
Adams-
cause drowning. It does say that right in there, but the specifics
Adams-
of what makes it drowning, I don't know.
T. Adams is medical, and I'm going to get all of what we have and send it to her. And I would be curious to see what her thoughts are. I'd love to hear somebody who has,
Is she still in here?
Yeah, T. Adams is in here.
Awesome.
I'm going to meet her and try to get some feedback from her.
Yes.
I think you guys are awesome too, but it like there might be some terms or something that we don't understand that maybe she could help us with.
Yep.
You know what All Apology said? She said there's no toxicology report yet, and that could be true, right? Because that would be separate, or do you think that's included in here, part of it? Or do you think that the screens that they did at the autopsy are just preliminary?
It's a good question.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope what you're saying is right, because the tests that were done here are silly.
Oh,
Yeah, it could just be preliminary.
yeah.
So Scoos had me mind blown because for those of you who don't know, we're in a Discord together, and when you came in, Scoos, you were like, how did you say it? They basically did it. Well, from the information that we have, they didn't really test her for many of the drugs that you would think they would, and that they're basing that she drowned basically from her being found in a car in the water, right?
Yes, so there's no actual evidence of drowning in her lungs. They didn't take slivers of bronchial. Even if her lungs were decomposing, you can still kind of get the evidence. They didn't do any of that, and I don't know if it's because they were able to just say, "Oh no, it's too decomposed. We don't want to go that far into it." When we have the evidence that she was found in the water and that there's no trauma to the body, so it can't be anything else, and there's no the drugs that we wanted to find aren't in her body.
See, the water in the lungs was everything for me. That
they've got none
is
of that.
what I've been waiting on. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see Miss J's comment?
No, she's right.
Like that.
But Miss J as well, you've got to think that they did the autopsy via the liver. They didn't do a viscular
Like
one,
blood,
which is the eyes,
yeah.
which is the one which is it would have been considered a lot more suitable for this case, and they didn't do that.
Well, and Miss J also, and I'm gonna have to, maybe Big Al can let one of us know. I could probably go back and search. I'm sure he sent me the link. But if you guys that have been with us for a while remember, not long ago, Big Al pulled up I think it was an article that basically said that there are ways that they can determine drugs in the system in a body that's been underwater for an extended period of time, that it was a common misconception that people have that the water would basically dilute any trace, but that's not the case. At least according to.
I don't think the liver would be diluted. You know what I mean? It's not.
Because of the state of decomposition in the liver at that point, it's more about the time, because obviously the water was warm. So her decomposition would have been sped up, and it wouldn't have been in the best condition being underwater. And that's why the liver isn't the best thing to do these tests with. It would have been viscular, which is the eyes.
See, I think it's the opposite. I think the autopsy reads that her body's in good condition for the time.
No, not at all.
That was how I took it too.
Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know how to send you the Discord.
Because look at Brian Laundrie. He was out there a month and he was only bones. 4 weeks. 4 weeks and he was only bones. She just started I know it's a weird word, but it's in there, sloughing.
But this is it. It's different. It's an entirely different area to decompose in. Different elemental values. She was in.
Shay Benet, thank you. Unlike AWP, I don't accept law enforcement, coroner, and medical ruling of the. No, I agree. And love you.
I'm just gonna say thank you guys for, even though it's obviously for Mal, it makes me so happy to see that you guys are being so awesome, and you deserve this so much. I'm so happy for you.
I truly love each and every single one of y'all. Like everyone in chat, everyone on the panel, y'all are just truly. I talk to y'all more than I talk to some of my real life friends.
Whoa, go down to all apologies directly below Shay Benet.
Let me see.
All apologies says also there was no alcohol found in her stomach, which says a lot, especially since they said she was drunk. It was what?
Yeah, and Sammy even said she was so drunk that she didn't want to drive with her.
Yeah, her stomach was.
They didn't really talk about They didn't really talk about the liquid in her stomach, though. They just talked about the food content. So that
because
doesn't
that's all
mean.
that was there.
Well, there's always liquid in your stomach.
Yeah, but they would have found the stomach acid, and they would have deemed that as a normal bodily fluid. They wouldn't have needed to write that down because there was whole food in her system, in her stomach. So they obviously reported on that and wrote that down.
Wow.
Mm.
Okay, see, this is hard for me. Oh my God.
But
You
also,
know what would be great? Like if they would do, okay, and I know this is a pipe dream and it's not going to happen, but if they would do like a presser and just allow us to like have one or two representatives go and ask every question we need as far as the state of, like not about, we couldn't ask every question, but you know what I'm saying, like in regards to the autopsy and the, did y'all check through her phone? Did y'all check phones of the people who attended the party? Did you get video and footage? What was the major thing that made you guys decide that there was no foul play? Like, how did you eliminate any possibility of that? I've got so many questions.
Yeah. I agree. So what should I stop on? What's the most important thing here? Because I want to skip over like some of this. You know what I mean?
The top, how many tests were performed, like all the ones that didn't show up, that they had like the reporting value, you know what I mean? Underneath what showed up, and then right underneath that, there's like all these tests they did that just has reporting value, but none of them were present.
There we go. Can you all
now
see
you
that a little better?
Can you make it full screen, Mal?
Yeah.
Look at the bottom.
I just wanted to see the comments.
Okay, I can see that better. Let's see. I arrived on the scene at approximately 1900 hours, and FBI agents, FBI crime scene technicians, Placer County Sheriff. Okay, yeah, I'm not the one.
I'll read it. Placer County Sheriff's Office deputies, California Highway Patrol officers, Truckee Police Department officers, and detectives from Nevada County Sheriff's Office were all near a tow truck. I spoke to Detective, y'all know how I am on pronouncing names, who advised me that law enforcement divers had hooked the tow truck's winch to a vehicle under the water and were assisting with recovering the vehicle. I waited until the vehicle was removed from the water, and I was given permission to begin my investigation. There was a white female descendant located in the rear cargo compartment of the silver 2013 Honda CRV. This is going to make me nauseous. The right leg of the descendant was against the pillar of the back seat and resting near the headrest. The remainder of the descendant was behind the seat and not visible from the outside of the vehicle. FBI agents and technicians donned Tyvek suits and protective gear and entered into the vehicle. The body was removed under my supervision by FBI agents and FBI crime scene technicians. The body was placed into a large black vinyl bag, visually inspected, and the bag was sealed. No items were removed from the descendant's person, and the remains were later transported by Kentucky, and Zav is right in the middle of that, directly to the Placer County morgue.
So what they did is they pulled the vehicle from the water. They removed her from the vehicle, and that's what that ambulance and the tent were.
Yes.
And then they put her in the ambulance at the scene and took her to the morgue.
I'm thinking that's also why they had those like big visor things up, on the side.
Yeah, so the reporters couldn't get a visual.
Yes.
Oh,
But
some Lady V in's chat said it's decedent, Mal, because Zav was pronouncing it descendant too.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's decedent.
My bad. The body showed obvious signs of bloating, livality, and decomposition. There was skin slot. What is that?
It's when your outer epidural, whatever the skin's called on the outside, becomes unattached and kind of like, so your hand skin kind of you can pull you could pull it off like a glove. Yeah,
Yeah.
degloving they call it when the hands do that.
Okay. I don't want to read the rest of the body condition.
Scotty.
Yeah, it's graphic. I don't know
yeah.
if we have to read all that.
I don't want to read all that.
The only interesting thing to me about all this besides the tox is the one shoe, but I got a feeling it just sloughed off because they talked about her other foot, and so I think the weight of the shoe just dropped off.
Really? For me, it's the position of her body in the car.
Did I pass that?
Yeah. The position of her body in the car, because everyone was like, we can see her face in the rear window.
Yes.
I said,
well, it's different.
Nick only saw her leg. Come on now.
Well, that was the position when they pulled her out of it. So when it was on the land, she was in the back, laying on her back, and her one leg was up on the pillar by the headrest
the rest
of the
of
seat.
her body could not be seen by the outside of the vehicle, even when the car was tipped up.
Right.
My mom can't handle that. She's got a very weak stomach, so that's why she's leaving.
Oh, bye, Mom.
Yeah, she doesn't do that. I love you, Mom. I'll call you later or tomorrow if you're going to bed. Okay, so y'all continue. I'm sorry.
Oh, like what Scoosy's saying? Like, yeah, the underwater pictures you're talking about?
Yeah.
I think it was a white tenant. Did they say her shoes were white? Or didn't they say a color of the shoes? I don't remember.
I don't remember. I just remember the green pants and
Nick reported on seeing the legs and the feet in the side compartment window.
That is true.
Underwater? Yeah, Nick said he saw a shoe and skin, right, in that little window.
And it would correspond with what they're saying here.
Yeah, it kind of does.
That's weird. Okay. What's the next thing I should go to, y'all? Should I read this?
Well, the clothing, she was fully dressed, right? She even had underwear on. She had the bodysuit, underwear, and her pants, and the belt.
Yeah,
the belt was done up.
Yep.
Both her socks were there. Both her shoes were there. Everything was there. She was wearing all 3 necklaces, all 5 of her, or 8 or however many bracelets.
Yeah, because
her rings were on her fingers.
One of the bracelets was initialed with a P or a D.
Yes.
I wonder who P or D is.
Maybe her grandfather?
I was thinking that.
I don't know. No, I have not gone over the tox report yet. We're getting there.
But this does put to rest a lot of the speculation rumors.
Yes.
Like I know it creates a lot more questions, but a lot of the rumors and speculations that were running around are kind of debunked with this.
All this right here basically says is that the pathologist's final report of autopsy listed cause of death as drowning. There were no other significant Oh my gosh, y'all! I cannot speak tonight.
Contributing conditions listed.
Thank you.
I conferred with Detective Sonia, and he told me there was no indication of foul play regarding the criminal investigation into the death of Kiely. The manner of death in this case has been determined to be accidental.
Mm.
So is that means they're including the investigative part?
That's what it sounds like to me.
Here, let me full screen it and read that one more time.
Hold on, I'm going back.
You moved.
I got it.
Final report of autopsy. So who is this that's typing this?
I can't see because Zav is in the way.
Oh, okay. I have recently reviewed the pathologist's final report of autopsy, which listed the cause of death. In this case is drowning. There were no other significant contributing conditions listed.
Oh, this was from the patrol division, Deputy Mackey.
Okay. I conferred with Detective Sonier, and he told me there was no indication of foul play regarding the criminal investigation into the death of Kiely. Well, that answers that part.
Mm-hmm.
So the criminal investigative part, according to the detectives, there's no foul play on their side either.
Closed.
Yeah, done.
Okay, now I think we're getting into the toxicology.
Now this is very interesting, and I can explain some of this.
I was about to say, where's our medical professional over here? I wish.
Well, I know most of these.
Okay.
So
Here,
ethanol is.
I'm not going to be able to read the chat, y'all. I'm going to read this so they can explain it because I have no idea. I mean, I know what all this stuff is.
Yeah.
Ethanol is 88 out of 100 milligrams, so that's equivalent to a 0.088. Like if you were pulled over and you blew, it'd be a 0.088. And usually the state, I don't know about all your states, but our state is 0.08 is the legal limit.
Yeah. We're gonna get to why it was at that amount in a minute, which is gonna be really interesting.
There's an explanation for that. Nicotine, presumptive positive, which means there's probably trace amounts.
Okay.
Caffeine, same thing. Codeine is a derivative of caffeine.
Okay.
And then that's probably the vape, right? Because they have a little bit different chemicals.
Yeah, it would be the vape.
Yeah.
And then the Delta 9 is that smoke shop stuff.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Delta 9.
Yep.
So positive.
Which is the vape.
Well, that's THC though.
Yes, that's a different vape than the nicotine vape.
Yeah.
The Delta 9 is a vape.
Yes, the Delta 9 is a vape. Yeah. I'm trying to.
Is there other ways to smoke that or inhale that, the Delta 9, when you buy it, or is it always in a vape?
I've always seen it in a vape.
Yeah, I think it's always liquid vape form or just vape.
The only other thing that I've seen in like flower form. Now you can get Delta 8 and Delta 9 gummies.
I don't think that was found in her stomach though.
But I don't know if that's what they're talking about. You know what I mean?
Sorry, I'm only laughing because if I don't, I'll cry. So
I know. What is this?
That's specimens.
Yeah, so that's the containers that they've used, basically.
Okay. I'm trying not to skip anything.
Okay, this is what I like, the numbers.
Yes. Okay, y'all want to go over that? Can y'all read it?
So if we look at the results, so for example, the ethanol result is 88, the units is in obviously 100 grams, and in your the limits is what they normally go by. So the limits is normally their testing limit, I believe. So for example, when it is tested, 80 would be the least amount that they would then say is positive. So when it comes to the ethanol in a system is 88, which is why it was tested as a positive. However, if you look at the rest of the limits, they've got those numbers, but on the actual results, it's all pre-sump. So that's because I guess they couldn't get a direct reading. Either it was just on the cusp or they couldn't get a direct amount.
Okay. It says, other than above findings, examination of the specimens submitted did not reveal any positive findings of toxicological, did I say that right? Significance by procedures outlined in the accompanying analysis summary. Okay, so Delta 9 again. Let me scoot forward. Did I go too far? Cannabinoids.
I think you needed. What were you just on?
That?
Yeah. So, oh yeah, this is the lab numbers of the samples. Sorry,
You're fine.
It's just basically explaining what ethanol is.
Oh, okay.
So saying it's a central nervous system depressant that can cause effects such as impaired judgment, reduced alertness, impaired muscular coordination. Ethanol can be also a product of decomposition or degrading in biological samples, which again, this will be explained, I think, in another document.
It does say at the bottom, unless alternate arrangements are made by you, the remainder of the submitted specimens, which are the liver samples that they're getting all this from, will be discarded 1 year from the date of this report, and generated data will be discarded 5 years. So they have a year to do more. If somebody wanted to come back and do, like later, they have a year.
Right. Huh.
And I'm sure like all the samples, it's not just the liver, it would be every tissue sample they took.
Every sample will be readily available if somebody wanted to come in and retest.
Yeah.
I was just reading that. All of the following tests were performed for this case. For each test, the compounds listed were included in the scope. The reporting limit listed for each compound represents the lowest concentration of the compound that will be reported as being positive. If the compound is listed as non-detected, it is not present above the reporting limit. Please refer to the positive findings section of the report for those compounds that were identified as being present. Is Brittany still on here, by the way?
No, she's gone. I was about to say that. Where did she go?
Let me see.
I think she wanted to go live at 10:45 or something.
Oh.
I don't know what time it is. Oh, it's only an hour before that. So
she's backstage. Hold on, let me add her.
What you just read means that the only ones that were positive were those 5 or whatever. All these other ones they list, it shows what they tested and what the reporting limits are, but none of them were positive.
This is the problem. They didn't test with other things. This is what annoys me.
I ain't gonna leave here and go live without all of y'all. What are you talking about, crazy?
Good.
What am I going to do? Go live by myself?
I didn't know it was only 9:45. Sorry.
Yeah. No, I was just playing, but sorry. No, I was trying to send T. Adams all of those screenshots. Yes. God bless you, Scoos. Good grief. T. Adams, I just sent you about 25 screenshots for you to look at.
I want to hear her opinion. I wish she could come on.
I don't know if she'll do that, but either way, she can let us know. You know what I mean?
Awesome, either way.
I will apologize in advance to that person for all of those screenshots.
We get the information. That's all that matters. Thank you for doing.
Let me see. I'm trying to find.
I'm annoyed at myself that I didn't think about requesting it months ago.
I know.
Yeah, a lot of people did. Mal, when you get it in the right spot, what happens if can you skip 10 seconds, like on the right hand side, if you click it instead of trying to drag that? Would that be
See, that's
easier?
what I thought, but then it just does that. It takes me out of the zoom mode, the full screen mode.
Oh,
Can
it
you
does.
press your little, your little direction buttons, your up, down, and across buttons in the bottom?
Oh,
Yeah.
good job, Skiz. Okay, so we already
Well,
read.
how did she do that? Wait, how did you do that?
The left and right, up and down.
Oh, on your computer?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What did it do?
I just learned something.
I did too. You learn something new every dang day, I swear.
I never use the buttons on my computer, but they do a lot more, I guess, than your mouse does.
Yeah. What did they zoom?
What? No,
What
they
did you
skip
do?
forward 5 seconds.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Al taught me that.
Where is Al?
We're great YouTubers over here.
Time is ticking. Where is he?
Yeah, where is Al? Text Al, Britt.
I think he's in your chat.
Is he? Come up, Al. Does he need the thing? Hold on. If he's in the chat, I'm just going to go ahead and oh, he's right there. Okay. Al, do you want to come up? I'm going to just
thirsty.
Copy the link.
I'm thirsty
He's
too.
thirsty, Brittany. I am too. I need some water.
I've literally got my water right next to me. You can.
You got Sprite in the refrigerator. Do you want some of this juice? You don't need that this late, bud. You can have some Sprite or some of this juice. I don't want you to have any of that Dr. Pepper. Because it's caffeine and you won't sleep. Bad for you. Oh, shoot. Sorry, y'all. I thought I was muted.
No, you're good. Let me.
MAS-24 says, coming from a medical background, autopsy and tox looks fairly normal. Lack of water in the stomach is the only thing that may stand out to me. All my opinion, chem spec will not pick up trace amounts.
Yes, this is everything that they tested for, isn't it? Oh, I don't. Obviously, they didn't find any cocaine in her system.
No.
But it annoys me that they didn't test certain other things that we would like to see what they've tested for. Hi.
Yeah, what I'm noticing from this, and that's the only reason I'm even coming up, is they didn't do any of the specialized testing that we discovered and what we found in the toxicology screening books that we read about drowning bodies, whereas they could not only depend on liver samples in situations where bodies were decomposed in the water. So where are all these other tests?
I'm so glad that someone else has said this.
And the tests of the scalp samples and the other
Yes.
tests that should have been run on a body that was in the water?
Yeah.
Because I was saying earlier, Al, this might be the preliminary tests at the autopsy and the sent out samples.
It's signed by a toxologist. It's signed by.
It says case closed.
Yeah, and it's signed by a toxologist. It's not signed by the person who ran the autopsy. This is a separate woman who's done this.
That's where I'm confused. I'm super confused because I spent a lot of time reading about that, and I don't see any of that in here anywhere.
Al, how do you feel about what they tested her against? What drugs?
I don't. They should have done a full panel,
right?
I mean, they should have done a full panel for every known screen they could have ran. They should have ran.
Where's the fentanyl test?
No, where's the fentanyl test? Where's the cocaine test? Is
it what's this right here?
No, they have done the cocaine test.
Yeah.
But they didn't do a fentanyl. They didn't
but
do
if they
any
didn't
sort of,
test that
that
section of her scalp that it calls for, and all the books that I read that were boring as hell, but I know a lot about it now. There's certain tests that they have to run when a body sits in the water like that in order to come up with toxicology valid results. And I don't see that anywhere. I mean, I could be missing it, but it's really frustrating to me that they're putting case closed on this and none of that is in here anywhere that I've seen.
All Apology says this is not the toxicology report.
That's what it said on Zab's stream.
Yeah.
But I was only listening. I
Yeah,
scanned back
I've
through
got
it.
the two documents.
she-
We've got the autopsy as well as the toxicology report, which is what she has shown. This is what we've got.
Yeah, this is just what we have. There might be a separate toxicology report coming.
She might not have FOIA requested it and only got this part of it. You know what I mean? But
Right.
yet the findings
Let's
are
hope
finished
so.
on here.
I
Right.
really hope so. Because, I mean, there should have been more tests. There should have been more tests than what I see here.
I agree, Patriot.
I agree, because if this is it, then
If this is it, and
this is stupid.
I will go back to Scotty, hold me against the wall and saying, are you going to accept it? If they say it's an accident, I will accept it. However, in the back of my mind, I'm always going to think there's a cover-up going on here.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I will accept it, and I'll move on, and I'll find something else to occupy my time. But, you know, because what can we do? You know,
Right.
It's going to take me a while to accept it.
No, I mean, I'll quietly not accept it
Yeah.
in the back of my mind, but I will publicly say this is it. I mean, this is what we get, and unless something comes out that shows massive corruption and a bunch of people end up going to jail, then this is it.
Mm-hmm.
This is what we're stuck with. But I just don't
You're
see any of those tests that I read about. None of them. I don't see any of that. All I see is liver samples. That's it. I don't see hair. I don't see anything else. I don't see fingernails. There's a lot of things that should have been tested.
Lady V, we haven't gotten to that part yet, so I'm not 100% sure. Everybody else on the panel might know.
I was driving all day, so I didn't.
Yeah, I haven't checked it out.
I did hear Zab say there was water in her lungs and in her stomach.
Okay.
No, I didn't read the report because I was driving, so I was just going off of what I heard. And Zab was kind of all over the place when this came out today. So,
well, it does say that there's coke in her system.
No,
okay.
doesn't.
And benzos, which is
No, those are the
it
tests
doesn't
they
say
did,
that.
and
It
those
says
are all negative.
I see. So there's
Yeah.
not.
But those are the tests that they ran on liver samples,
Yes.
which the liver gets diluted when it's soaked in water. And they even say in their own report that she was in advanced decomposition.
Yep.
They couldn't even tell that it was her because it was so advanced. So,
That's not what I got from this report. This report, she seemed to be in really good shape.
No, they said she was in a state of moderate decomposition.
and they couldn't
With
make a
advancing
positive
stages.
identification.
That's a lot. That's bad. And the fact that her body was brown with her skin falling off as well. You can imagine what's going on inside.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I'll quietly accept it because I said
You
I
have to
would.
remember the inside is always worse than what the outside appears.
Mm-hmm.
I just still have a hard time with the whole in the back of the car thing. That just, I don't know. This whole thing just is, it stinks to high hell. The whole thing.
Yeah.
All the way from beginning to end, top to bottom. It just stinks. And it sucks that this poor little girl is, she lost her life, and doesn't seem like anybody's being very honest about it to me.
You're right.
See, one of these words in here, and these ones they did that were negative, is going to include all opiates, but I don't know. I'd have to look at them and look up each word what they mean.
So were these all opiates, the benzos and all that?
Benzos are different than opiates.
Yeah, those are.
Well, I know that.
Cocaine is cocaine. Yeah.
Yeah, I know that. But is this saying that it's negative?
These are all negatives, but they tested. These are all the tests they did, but
Okay.
there's nothing in her system.
But it's all liver tissue testing.
Gotcha.
That's all
Well,
I
does
see.
it
here
say-
is
Does
liver
it say
testing.
that though?
Yeah.
Does it say these were in the liver?
Yeah,
Says
right here
right there,
it says
test-
alcohol and acetone conformation tissue, liver tissue.
And the one right above it
Cocaine
says
and
liver.
yep, liver tissue.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all liver.
Oh, and what's the one right above it? Says canceled due to sample matrix problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. Delta 9.
So THC.
Yeah.
So that was canceled because of maintenance. So they have 6 other tests they can run for that, at least.
Which I'm guessing they ran
Headspace
because they did say that she tested positive for that, right?
Yeah.
Have we just
I
found
gotta,
an
I gotta get my
incorrect
hands on
answer?
this.
Where did they test for that then?
I need to read it because I haven't read it yet. I'm just going off of what I heard while I was
These
driving.
these are all the tests they did. The only ones that are positive were at the top. So the ones that are positive are included in here too. This
Yeah, I
is
know,
like
but
every test.
It says there underneath for the Delta 9, so for the THC, it says that the Delta 9 THC was cancelled due to sample matrix problem.
Yes. So
But yet they still listed it as it was in her
Positive.
system and she was
Yeah.
positive.
Well, maybe there's another test down here we haven't got to yet.
I don't remember seeing another test. Well, we'll see if we get to it, because that's interesting.
So did I understand it right? Zav actually got this via FOIA?
Yeah.
She had this emailed to her?
Yeah, she applied for
Oh,
it
okay.
months ago.
Okay.
So did the Sun. So did News 5. There's a whole bunch of people that received it today. That's why it's going haywire.
Yeah, I know my phone was fucking blowing up this afternoon for real. And I was driving all day and I was like, God, I want to stop and read this, but I can't.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to listen to Zav, and she was kind of all over the place with it. And it was like, I got to the point where I was like, I can't listen to this anymore. I just got to wait until I stop for the night and jump online and see what everybody's saying.
Yeah.
Zav didn't know what to do with the information, bless her. She was,
No, she was
tongue-tied. The different drug stuff really doesn't matter that much because none of them obviously killed her. You know, the only thing that it matters for is like who's supplying this stuff to these kids.
I 100% agree with you.
Yeah.
That's where it matters.
These can't be accurate rate limits.
Yeah.
By everything I read, and unfortunately now I've reached my limit of views on this Google book, so I got to buy it if I want to read it anymore. But there are specialized tests that they use in these circumstances that will show 6 months later accurate descriptions and levels, but they are not liver tests. Not a one of them was a liver test. None of them.
The thing that annoys me though with the drugs as well, and not having an accurate representation of what may or may not have been in her system, is that she drove into a lake sober
in the back seat.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's not that's definitely not something that happens every day, every year, every once in 10
With
years.
3 windows down.
Once in my life. This will never happen again.
Cause of death is not still pending. From what I'm seeing here, it's been ruled an accident drowning.
Accidental drowning is what I heard.
Yep.
And case activity is closed.
Yep.
Yeah, the detective signed off on it.
Now, I'm not going to say that nobody's ever going to drive in the water on purpose again, because Scotty's crazy as shit, and he seems to like to do that for fun.
Sometimes.
The first thing Scotty said was, "I was right. Give me my money."
I want my dollar.
And I'm the first one to step up and say, you know, if this is what we get, then
I was wrong.
I gotta accept it, but I'll still in the back of my mind always question it.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Same.
I mean,
is going to be someone who's imprinted in everyone's hearts and brains, I'm afraid.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys think about it though, like it was like the perfect, unperfect window in time. You know what I mean? Like all the circumstances fell into place perfect. Anybody that was there wasn't close to proximity, and even if they did see lights, they probably didn't realize what it was.
Or they were too drunk.
Yeah, and so that's why the other day I was comparing it to Jalissa. It's kind of the same. One's on land, one's in water.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing else to, like her quarter panel wasn't caved in from a car. You know what I mean? Or I don't know if her, brake lines weren't cut. We don't know because the LE hasn't come out yet. But if there's something like that comes out, or like the black box in her car said it didn't go in the water until this date. Okay, well now it's foul play.
Mm-hmm.
But without anything at all, not one little shred of evidence besides all these people rattling their gums, that's all you have.
Let me ask you this, Scotty, because I genuinely am curious to know your opinion on this. All of the gum flapping we heard about, how drunk she was.
Yes.
Where is that?
Thank you.
Everybody said hammered, wasted, fallen down. Just
Scammy Sammy.
where is
Mhm.
that? Because
It's the same with the sunroof and the pants and the times and the call and the. It's just a
all
bunch of
bullshit.
gum rattling. It doesn't
the
mean
drunk
anything.
Thing, it sure seemed to me
Because
that
they don't know
people
how
sounded
much.
more sure about that than anything else.
But they don't. They didn't consume it. They're not her, so they
Well,
don't.
Sammy
They
did.
can't.
She drank with her.
Oh yeah, okay.
She drank the same thing out of the same
You
glass.
know,
all day.
nobody can get in Kiely'S body and say I feel like this. You know what I mean? They don't know.
But
the
what I'm
effects.
saying is, I don't see any positive results for alcohol that are like off the charts.
To
I
where
think
she
she-
would drive into a lake
I
on
think she-
accident.
I think she drank like 3 Trulies. That's what I think.
Right.
In the last hour or two.
Let's wait until we get to the part of the toxicology where it says why the alcohol or why that number is there.
Okay.
Well, it doesn't say why, Scoose. It says it may be a contributing. It may be
But
from
the
that
fact
too.
that they had to put it on there just says something to me.
It's
So
a
what is this?
disclaimer.
Yeah, a disclaimer, because that
I hope
Yeah.
would be
AWP
due to
drops that video.
decomposition, not alcohol.
I hope AWP drops that video. I hope it.
They're
leaks.
never gonna. They're never
not
gonna.
going
Al.
to. I guarantee.
They never intended to. Al.
I can't say that either way. I just hope it does.
Yeah, I hope it does too. So is this right here -2? All this stuff?
I'm trying to see it.
Yeah. Anything that's not in them top 5 at the top
Okay,
is negative.
cool. Okay.
All these things right here.
Okay.
See, right there, opiates. What is fentanyl? Is that an opiate? Or
Fentanyl
I
is
should
an
say.
opiate.
It is,
an
yes.
opiate.
Okay, well, they tested for that right here.
And it came out negative.
Yeah. Reporting limits 80 ng/G, and it's not
But
at the
wait,
top in what was
It
positives.
says cannabinoids negative, but
That's
Yeah.
because she didn't. That's because she didn't have cannabinoid. She had THC.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Correct, which is
Okay.
only one component of cannabinoid, right?
Yes. You're right. Okay, I'm
So
gonna.
ethanol, she only had 40 milligrams ethanol and methanol, which is alcohol.
Yes.
88, I thought it said at the top.
No, yes, yeah. This is just the limit of
okay.
what they can
This
test
is
on.
reporting the minimums.
Okay. Does anybody have this document?
It's on.
If you go on the Discord, it's up.
Okay.
Yeah, I just wanted looking like the dictionary for all the actual meanings of all these crazy words in the sentences because there's a lot.
Yeah.
Well, I want to look at the tests that were done, and I want to cross reference it. I'm tempted to buy that book because
Well, what you got to
none of them
remember
are
about
mentioned.
what you got to remember about this drug testing thing is that there's different drugs in the same class.
Oh, 100,
right?
Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah. So if they
Yeah.
test for opioids, then everything that's listed as an opioid is in that category.
I don't see GHB in the list anywhere.
Yeah, I know. That's another thing that was I questioned.
But there was no trauma. Well, hold on though. There was no trauma in that region, and that wouldn't be a contribute. That wouldn't
What do you
cause her death, would it?
mean? GHB can,
But it
definitely
could mess her up driving.
Yeah.
It could mess her up to the point where she would not know what she was doing.
Well, you'd
Right.
have to find out what class of drug that is in.
It's in its own class, and that's
So it's in
one
its
of the
own
things.
class.
It's an
that has
ana-
come up.
It's not, though.
Butyrates.
It's an anesthetic.
I'm pulling it up right now. I'll tell
It
you
I am
what
too.
it is.
I think it's an
it's a hydroxybutyrate. So it's not being tested for in here. It's a totally different class of drug. Gamma hydroxy butyrate.
Yes. I'm saying
So
the same thing
Yeah.
you are.
So it was, or it's in
No.
there, or
It's
it's
in
not.
its own
No.
class.
Nope, it's not in there.
It's in its own class. And that's unfortunately where it says you have reached the limit of your preview. And right when they start talking about GHB. Because GHB
But
is a
did they
contributing
not-
factor in several of these cases where ketamine was involved. Because that's why I started looking into this, was the reports of ketamine at the party.
I hope they weren't dumb enough not to test her against drugs like date rape because of the Diva Cup.
It's a hydroxybutyrate. So there's no hydroxybutyrate on that list right there.
Nope. But I really hope that they aren't dumb. They're not dumb.
And there's
enough to say,
other
"Oh, we're not
drugs,
gonna test her against it because she had a Diva Cup."
Yeah, there's other drugs other than GHB that have the same effect that are actually over the counter in Mexico.
Yeah.
That have the same effect, because that's what I was drugged with when I was in Mexico.
Well, I don't know if they got over-the-counter Mexican drugs in the mountains.
Well, they got them all over the place, buddy.
Yeah.
So Miss J just said fentanyl and other novel synthetic opiates would not be detected in a standard opioid. Therefore
Separate screening
requires
test.
a
That would make
separate
sense.
screening test. Yeah.
Yeah, Mrs. J, that would make perfect sense. And
Yep.
without seeing this whole report and reading through the whole thing, top to bottom, front to back, I don't know what's really here yet.
I
Yeah,
think it would
we
take
said- Yep.
I think it would take an expert that's not on duty, Ron, to actually break this down and tell everybody
Yes.
what it exactly is. That's what I think.
A medical expert,
Mhm.
Yes, a real one
a lab expert. That's what
that
they
does
do.
this. That's
Yes.
what they do. Yeah.
Yeah, roofies or benzos. Yeah.
Nothing against duty, Ron, by the way.
Yeah, no, nothing against him.
Yeah.
Okay, so
But
I'm
this
gonna-
is like
What about stuff like PCP and stuff like that?
I believe that's in its own class. as
yeah,
well,
I
isn't
think
it?
that's in its own.
Yeah.
hallucinogens. Is that what it'd be? So it'd include like LSD, shrooms, all that kind of stuff.
So here it says drowning. And then specimens taken. Liver. Nothing else.
That's it.
Nothing.
And there
else.
should have been brain biopsies. One of them was a certain portion of the scalp that it called for in that book, and then there were like 5 or 6 other different organs that they could test that held levels longer than the liver or the bloodstream.
Yeah,
I
and
agree,
also you've got the
Judy.
viscous, which is obviously your eyes, and they didn't test that.
But like going back to my point, if she died of drowning, not overdose, then like how hard would it be, like if there was something in her system, to figure out where it came from?
But being dosed could have caused the drowning.
Yeah.
Right. But how hard
Maybe
would it
specific-
be to find? Yeah, I don't know.
That's why that book that I was reading was really interesting, because that's all it talked about was testing victims that came out of the water.
Mm-hmm.
And it was from 0 months to 6 years.
Oh, dang.
And I actually have the link for the book. It's on Google Books, but it's not a cheap book.
Okay.
I'll throw it in the back chat right now.
Okay, Cooper. So basically, y'all, law enforcement, in my opinion, purposely didn't test correctly so they could list it as an accident.
Yeah, but you're talking about all kinds of people again.
Yeah, and the FBI was involved too.
Yeah,
That's
there's
what
too many
confuses
people
me.
in there that got their fingers in there.
If you guys haven't read this link yet, you'll be able to get further than I can. And right where it starts talking about GHB, I think it's the second page, it runs down the different testing theories and procedures.
Mike in chat says that GHB rapidly metabolized through the body, liver, and drug tests can detect the substance only up to 12 hours.
I was just about to say
No, that's not that, Mike. That's not true. It's a total misnomer, and this book debunks it completely.
Hair would show it, right?
Hair takes up to 72 hours to get into the follicle. That was one that I was convinced of too.
But hair is like all past. Hair's all, it shows everything.
It's not
yeah.
current.
Right.
It takes up to 72 hours for it to get through your system and into your hair follicles.
Mhm.
GHB, I thought metabolized right away, but it doesn't. They can find it up to 6 years later. So I said, if you guys can look at that book and browse further than I can at this point, because I've already looked at it so many times, it's cut me off. You'll see in there that it breaks down the specialized testing that needs to be done when someone comes out of the water.
Mm-hmm.
GHB can be detected in your hair for well over a month. It can be, you can have it tested in your urine for 12 hours, in the blood for 8 hours, saliva for 6 hours.
Yeah, could they have not tested her hair?
I'm guessing they didn't.
The hair's not even on this list.
Here's a quote from this book.
There are samples, though. They have the samples.
They discovered additional misinformation on the internet about GHB. Some websites presented that since these victims are found for weeks or months in the water, drugs like GHB may not show up on a traditional tox screen and can be washed away like other evidence in the water. This is patently false. It is imperative to secure the body and any other physical evidence and perform the proper testing to find substances such as GHB.
Mm-hmm.
There's one here that in 2009, 118 days after the body went in the water, they found measurable sources of GHB in the system. But again, it cuts me off. So,
but again, like, you can't find these findings without them doing testing. So these are people
right.
that have done serious testing with it, you know?
Well, this is a book. It is Case Studies in Drowning Forensics.
Wow.
That's the title of the book. That's
so what it boils down to is she drowned. They're not that interested in
how or why
oddball drugs that might have been in her system, and they're too lazy to go after somebody that's peddling it in their area.
That's really annoying, though.
Basically, I wouldn't say it's a cover up or anything crazy. They're just lazy. They don't want to go after like a whole thing because they know they can't stop it.
I think it can go either way. It could be lazy or it could be a cover up.
At that party to find out who the hell gave her the drugs and that.
You know, for a long time in the late 90s, GHB was a party drug.
Yeah.
The recipe was all over the internet. Anybody could make it. And I mean, I tried it. I did not like it. I went down like a sack of potatoes.
I don't think the forensic pathologist, FBI, and all these other people they were present. They have to like stand there and endure it all. You know, they're witness to it. So,
100%.
I don't see it.
I think it's also equally as easy for a professional to just not do relative tests that they would normally do or might do just because they're like, ugh, she was found in the water. It's a drowning. There's no obvious signs of any trauma to her body. I can't find this. I can't find that. I'm not going to do the test on her fingernails. I'm not going to do this. And just basically cut corners to try and get to the end of this.
I can't remember who said it on panel. It was someone on Britt's panel. Back towards, right after they found her, when we were talking about drugs in her system. And someone came on panel and said, if it's not a specialist performing these tests, then they won't be done correctly. And it sounds like, from what I'm seeing here, they use their regular coroner, their regular lab, all their regular procedures, and nothing special was done.
Well, we'd have to find out who this forensic pathologist is because she might be part of the FBI, not a local LE pathologist.
Well, they say in the beginning that they use their regular coroner, the regular morgue.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Because Zav said that on her live. I did hear her say that.
Yeah, you're
what
right.
What about the pathologist?
I think it was the Prosser County.
Yeah.
The regular people that normally do all their autopsies.
Yep.
I don't know. Like I said, I'll choke on it. I'll accept it, but in the back of my
Dino
mind,
said, "Has this passed FSF's certification?" Yeah, it has. I've seen it on the. Yeah, I did. I did check his Twitter. Yeah, he's really happy with it.
Well, the only good part is all them different samples that they take and keep from the body. They have them for a whole year, so we know the family's not going to do it. But maybe
right, but
some
they're the
third-
wrong samples. That's the point.
Yeah, because they don't have the viscous. They don't have the
Right, tissue
scalp. They don't have
samples.
certain things that they should have. They've only got the liver tissue, haven't they?
I'm telling you, if you read that book, or even just the first few pages of it, your mind will hurt. Seriously, it's mind bending. I learned a lot from just the first 2 chapters of that book.
Tree, it's her facial features. Yeah, we haven't got to that part yet. That's not easy to read either. Oh my god. Someone just mentioned the part of the autopsy where they talk about her facial features when they found her. Like that. Oh.
Yeah, I got out of the car for that part.
Yeah,
Zab was doing the description, and I was like, yeah, I'm good on that. I don't need to hear that.
Yeah.
Yep, that's a good point, Miss J. Now she's cremated. All the possibility of getting any of those samples that they would need for these specialized tests are gone.
You know how fast they had this done because she was cremated, 4 days after they found her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that tells you how fast they did all this.
But again, imagine if the family are pushing you to, if they're like, hey, we want to do this, hurry up. And they're like, oh, crap. So this toxicology and this autopsy was rushed anyway. In the UK, it can take 6 weeks to do even to just do it. Not to get the paperwork, just
my dad died in a
autopsy.
VA hospital with 2 different kinds of cancer, and they still did full screens for everything.
Yeah,
and it made us wait.
Yeah, it can take weeks.
We knew what killed him. I mean, we were there.
Yeah.
We knew through the whole thing what was killing him. He was in a drug trial. I mean, it was obviously cancer, but they still ran the full panels to make sure what his level of morphine was, what his level of other opiates was, what the level of that, because he was on the Opdivo trials in the very beginning. He was one of the first 200 people on that Opdivo drug. So they ran test after test after test after test, and it took weeks before they would release him for cremation. Same thing with my mom.
Unbelievable. Somebody on YouTube's got this question about Kiely'S phone buried in a hole at the top near the Y turn.
What?
Yeah, they buried it in 7 seconds. Okay.
K-pop, I was on mute talking. Sorry. I pulled a Brittany.
Whoopsie.
Yep.
Where'd Brittany go? I came in and Brittany disappeared.
I just texted her. Her kids were fighting. But Sassy, do what you have to do, okay? If anybody starts drama or anything, just time them out, block them for the night. Let me know, because I don't want any of that.
Yeah, I mean, from what I'm seeing here, Scotty, looks like you were right.
Oh wait, you've got Dr. Latina in here. She came on to Zav. She's really good.
Yes, I know. I was wondering where is she still here?
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, come back.
I know. I was really wanting her on here.
I just saw her.
She's like a family practitioner, though.
Yeah.
You want somebody that's that does this.
No, but Scotty, because of what she's done as well, she's had to scour through these reports to sign off as a witness. So she's seen a lot of autopsies.
Yeah, but she did say
she's more qualified than me, you, and Al Mal put together.
For sure.
She did, but she said that the seatbelt and stuff should be in this report, and this has nothing to do with the investigation.
Yeah, but she meant if it was true, it should be in the report.
Right.
Why? It's not part of her body.
What do you mean? No, because at the beginning of the report, when they explained how they found her body, if that was true, then that should have been in the report.
Oh, like she was strapped in the
Yeah.
back. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'd like to know what that was.
I
After all
genuinely reckon that it's so some boots have a handle that you pull down to shut the boot.
Oh, that extra strap that hangs down for short
Yeah,
people. Yeah,
I reckon it's just one of those.
yeah.
I'd put money on it.
See,
It's
I
in the
always
right
thought- I always thought it
spot.
was a little bit too wide to be one of those.
No, they can be
But-
really wide.
It could be. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm going to have to change the title of this video because we're not going to have time to discuss Q today. Maybe Quentin.
Oh,
well, you know, Dolly's camped out in front of the house.
Oh my gosh, I
no, he
can't.
is. Yeah,
I
he is. He was
cannot.
gonna have an Airbnb, but I think someone gave him a someone gave him an RV.
Really?
Yeah, they were giving a 39-foot RV. They were trying to pedal off on him. I don't know if he took it or not.
Oh my gosh.
He makes me laugh so much. Him and Bullhorn Betty.
I don't know. Every
Like-
time I've tried to watch him, he's so damn stoned. I can't understand what he's talking about.
I
but-
think, yeah, but, I think it's so funny. I think it's hilarious.
So, do you think, Al?
I've
Do you
been
think?
on his panel. I've been
Do
on
you-
his panel and I was cracking right up. He turned around on his panel and he's like, "There's people selling kids on the streets like crack. They just turn around and they're like, hey, do you want to buy a baby?" I was like, what the fuck?
Did you time her out, Sassy? I'm sorry, y'all.
No,
Al, what do you think about my original accident theory from like 2 months ago?
You know, I honestly, my head is spinning so hard on this right now. Anything's possible,
Mm-hmm.
and I've said that from
Yeah.
the beginning. You know, I've advocated for what I think my opinion is, obviously, as we all have. But I think what I'm seeing here so far, until I get a chance to read it front to back, up and down, I see more questions than I see answers.
yeah.
Personally, after everything
Yeah.
I read about the process for the autopsy and the way the tox should have been screened, I'm not
But
seeing
think-
any of
Are
that.
you annoyed that they haven't done a presser? Are you annoyed that
Yes,
they haven't?
I'm
Yes.
super annoyed that this came out
Yeah.
without a press conference.
But think about this. Nobody, we didn't even get Jalissa's autopsy, and like nobody questions anything.
I've questioned it.
Have you? Like what happened?
110%. Yes. That
Because,
cut-
like-
I'm so sorry. I'm not going to put it down, but divine intervention makes you stop on a corner on a long road in the middle of nowhere, and you go, "I'm going to stop here and check if there's any tire tracks. That might be a tire track." And
But
then
he was
call
doing
up
it every day though, and he was doing it like mile by mile for days.
I'm sorry. I don't know. He must have. I reckon he got a tip. At least he must have got a tip to say, "Oh, I think something happened
See,
here." Or
I don't
someone
think
saw
so.
something, but they didn't want to come forward because it had been too long.
We'll
I
have to
don't
do maps. We'll have to do maps, Goose, because it's the most perfect spot for it to happen. Like,
Oh, I
no,
know. I've seen it. I've seen the photos.
it's
I can't
exactly
believe
right
how hidden
for it.
she was.
Yes, it is exactly right for it to be happen the way it happened. It's pretty crazy.
And how
like,
close she was to the lake was really upsetting too.
mhm.
I don't know.
But I just mean like if pretend Sammy and Kate and Mags and John Doe girl, what do you call it? Jane Doe, yeah. Jane Doe 1, Jane Doe 2, Megan. If you take
Where is
AWP,
Megan?
AWP throwing in the tow truck, okay, if you take all that away, if we didn't have any of that, and all we had were like her car, she went missing. Her car is found. This is how it was found. You know, the phone ping.
Mm-hmm.
And then this. Would anybody be questioning this? No.
No.
Mm,
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean, do you
You
know what?
know?
After the autopsy, depending on, because she was at a party, if I knew she was at a party and she was stone cold sober and went into the lake, I would question it a little bit.
yeah.
I wouldn't be questioning it as in dead straight murder. I would be questioning it more along the lines of, well, if she wasn't drunk, she must have had something, or someone must have slipped her something. I would have been more thinking on a spiking or something malicious like that, that ended her up in the water.
I don't think she was stone cold sober though. I think she was probably high, and I think she probably had about 3, like three Trulies. She only weighed, well, it said on here 103, but at the time she probably weighed 15.
118.
So, or 118, yeah. So I don't know. Plus the time of night, tired. She could have been tired.
It sounded like she had almost nothing in her stomach.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like too.
They did say on the autopsy though that it is likely that with their findings and attesting that most or all of what they had found ethanol-wise in her system was due to decomposition.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, Mel, you could skip forward to that. I sent you the screenshot of that. I think is one of the last screenshots I sent. That is.
So they're saying the decomposition formed the ethanol?
Yes. Yeah, they're saying that the ethanol that was found in her system, it is likely to be most or all due to decomposition.
Because truly, I want to say is only like 4.7.
See, I didn't read it that way. I read that it was inconclusive, that they couldn't prove either way where it was from.
Read it.
I don't know where it is.
Read it.
Let's see.
I think
it's
it's
5%. It's 5% alcohol.
Let me.
That's more than a beer, right? That's like pretty high.
Beer is usually 4 to 7. Somewhere in that range.
You're not going to be able to pull up the receipts, but hold on. I know I put it on my phone.
Google. Can a Truly's really get you drunk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the last screenshot, Mal, I sent on Discord.
Okay. Let me look.
No, it's not. I tell a lie.
You lied.
Liar!
Yes.
Liar!
I want to say again.
Here we go. No,
everyone
it is
for
the last.
thinking
It is the
of
last
watching-
screenshot. Post-mortem toxicology on the liver, positive for ethanol, possibly all or part from decomposition.
See, that's what I said. It's either
Yeah,
or.
but no, that's her saying that. Would you like me? Do you want to read that again?
Read it again. Yeah, read it again.
Post-mortem toxicology on the liver tissue, positive for ethanol, and then it's it's sort of like in brackets, possibly all or part from decomposition. So she's saying
It leans more toward decomposition than consumption alcohol, right?
Right.
yes.
But it's inconclusive. She can't say either way.
But
then
that
why
brings
would
us
you
back
put
to
in
why
that?
is everybody saying she's hammered, drunk, falling down,
She's
Exactly.
not
crazy
drunk.
wasted?
Sammy didn't even want to drive home with her because,
she was
drunk.
too drunk.
So if we have a look at the decomposition rate and where she was and because this is the reason why the toxicologist put this in the report, right? There must have been significant amount of ethanol built up in her body due to the decomposition. That's why she would have to have put that it is possible due to the decomposition rate that she was in.
Right. She can't definitively say it's alcohol consumption.
Welcome,
That's
Heidi.
That's why she has to put that in there.
Even if we, for argument's sake, half that number and say half of it was due to decomposition and half of it was due to alcohol in her system, it still wouldn't measure up to being drunk at all.
Nope.
Well, it'd be 0.088 is like just slightly over driving limit.
But half of that is due to decomposition.
Right. So a 0.04, you'd still be buzzed.
Mm-hmm.
Half of your driving limit, yeah, you'd have a good buzz.
I don't know, because I can drink 10 pints in a night and still like.
And y'all
But
have
let's
to
just
remember,
say all these kids are like running their gums, and you look at Sammy in the college dorm, right? And then if you watch that, how much of the words that she said in her little proper interviews do you think is true? Probably like 0.5%. So go back to my original thing. Let's just say she didn't have any. Let's just say she just smoked a blunt, right? And she was just a little high and tired, and she was taken the way I thought with the gully. And then she went that way and thought the water was the gully. And then at the last minute, boom, and then it's too late. You don't have to be drunk to make a wrong turn and go in the water.
How many drinks would you say equivalates to half of what that number is?
Truly's depends on how fast. 3 in a hour, maybe. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
Like how long of a span, and not to mention they do this all the time.
You're supposed
So
to
are
be
we
there for
talking
3
if
hours,
we're
right?
talking 0.4?
9:30 to 12:30. Yeah, 3
so 3
hours.
hours. So I don't know how everybody else drinks, but I mean, in 3 hours, I'm gonna have at least 6 drinks.
Well, if they're
drink.
Truly's, if they're
After 30
Truly's,
minutes, it's getting
I'm a
warm.
lightweight.
No.
If
After 30 minutes, it's getting warm.
well, in 3 hours, if you drank 6 Truly's at 5%, what do you think your blood alcohol level would be after 3 hours?
She'd be close to 0.10.
I don't think so.
According
3 hours.
to Google,
Yeah, that'd be a
she'd
lot.
be close to 0.10.
On Truly's?
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's what it says. I'm reading.
That's
right
like
here.
6 beers, Al. In 3 hours, you're not at a 1. You're not at a 1.
At 100 pounds. Yeah. Yes.
Oh yeah, come on, she's 16.
She's 100 pounds
Yeah.
and no food in her system.
Have you got the you can use Google. There's like an alcohol to body weight calculation, so you can check to see
Alcohol to BMI, maybe.
It says
Yeah.
right. It says
Yeah.
right here.
Oh, hold on. What?
Because that would be your height and weight, right? Everything.
Right. It also depends on
BMI.
how much you ate, your weight, all that. Yeah, if I don't eat and I'm
Okay,
drinking,
the
it's
0.08 equivalates to 4 drinks.
Yep. That's what it says here.
Oh, what now? Say that again.
say that again.
So that would be 12 ounces of 9 ounces of liquor,
5 wine.
5 ounces of wine. And that would be to be at the 0.88.
Yeah.
So what's beer?
Beer's anywhere between 3.8
12
and
ounces of beer.
7%.
Yeah, I was about to say, I know Truly's are stronger than beer.
No,
Yeah, it'd be
Truly's
12
are
ounces of
the
beer.
average beer.
To be
They
at
are?
0.88.
And
It says right here it's 5%.
Well, then I
alcohol
definitely
by
am a
volume.
lightweight because when I drink a Truly or a White Claw, I'm
Here's the thing: it's just like champagne.
So it'd be
More
one
carbon
shot.
dioxide.
So it'd be
that
one
is in
shot
your
of
drink.
liquor to be at 0.88.
yeah, so 40%.
okay.
The more
Jesus
carbon dioxide
Christ.
that's in your drink. It's just like champagne. Some people can get champagne drunk off one glass of champagne because there's so much carbon dioxide in it.
Yeah, so it's 5. 5 is the generally accepted average of alcohol of beer. So
Yeah.
that's about right. Yeah.
It's usually between 3.8 and 7. 7 is when you start getting into the IPAs and the beers that they're trying to make strong.
Okay, so if you had one shot of 40% alcohol, then that would have 0.88. That's what it would read. So one shot of 40% alcohol.
It'd be 0.08.
That's the one.
Ooh, I found a calculator from how to calculate BAC from a college.
Brittany, they said she went back there on her own in the back, right? Isn't that what they said, basically? She crawled back there?
I haven't heard that.
I thought that's what what this report said.
I don't know how anyone can even know that.
I know, I don't either. Scoos, did you hear that on the report? Or am I just thinking that?
What's this? Sorry.
Time-lapse
Somebody said,
intrusion.
how did she get in the back? Didn't it say on the report that she went like, I don't know.
It didn't actually say.
Okay.
Okay,
And
so
I think I got the alcohol reading wrong. I think it was 12 ounces of beer.
it goes
12 ounces of
100 to
beer.
110. Okay, 1 beer is 0.03, 2 beers is 0.06, 3 beers is 0.094.
What time frame is this in?
Well, then you subtract. What you do is for every hour,
Yes.
for every hour, it's 0.015%. You burn up. So if you take 0.015 times 3, that would be 0.045, right?
What? Oh, yeah.
.045 is what you would take off. So at 110 pounds, we'll do 120. 120 pounds, 1, 2, 3 drinks is .094. So .045 off of that is half of it. That only puts her at .04. So she could have had, if it was all from alcohol drinking and not decomposition, she would have had to have 6 of them.
In 3 hours.
In 3 hours.
She'd have been burping like crazy, boy. I'll tell you, that seltzer, there's so much carbonation in that shit.
But that's nothing.
And at .08, you're still not drunk.
No.
That's the driving limit. That's like buzz. That's the driving limit. Drunk is way past that.
Well, I used to have a machine in my bar that you'd take a drinking straw and put it in and put in $1, and you'd blow into it, and it would give you an approximate BAC. I had to take it out because people were constantly trying to tilt the fucking thing. Like, seriously, like they'd stand there with a shot and drink a shot and blow into the straw and try to get it as high as they possibly could. It was no longer being used as a preventative thing. It was being used, they were like trying to beat it like a carnival game.
All right.
So I had to take the damn thing out.
I'd shotgun moonshine and light my mouth on fire and then blow into it.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Short of the fire, I'm pretty sure that happened more than once, Scotty.
Yep.
I mean, I literally had to take the thing out because people were like starting to depend on it.
I'm gonna have to change my name to
$1 oh, I can still drive. Oh no.
I'm gonna have to change my name to Spittin' Blue Flames.
Oh God.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think it's a combination, you guys. I don't think we have to hyperanalyze like how much she actually drank or how much weed she smoked or how tired she was. I think it was just a combination.
I
don't think
get her from the driver's
What,
seat.
kind of like
to the
Jalissa?
trunk.
Yeah.
Still can't
It's
get her
just
from the driver's seat.
circumstance and like the area and then like where the people were within them couple of minutes. And
But my thing is, why didn't she follow all those headlights and taillights out of there?
I think she was going the way I thought because other people went that
No, because it
way.
looked like she was trying to turn around. If you look at the headlights, she was turning her vehicle around.
I still have problems with the video, but that's
Hey,
fine.
Sleepy,
You mean at
you
the very end,
popular
Scooth? You mean when the
Yeah.
headlights started, right? I think that was the reaction of seeing more water than what was supposed to be there.
Oh, what? So she tried to turn?
Yeah, she tried to avoid it. Yeah.
Sleuthy, do you want to come up? What are your thoughts? I'm curious to hear what you want to say.
Oh, she's got to be bent out of shape. I want to hear what she has to say.
I want to hear what she has to say so bad.
She.
As long as she don't have the like governor of California in it, I'm good with what she has to say. Did you hear that, Sleuthy?
Oh God.
Yeah.
Sleuth, if you can join, I put the link in the chat.
Me and Sleepy were messaging earlier, and she was like, "If you get your hands on that on that autopsy, let me know." And I was like, "I'm begging for it too."
I just can't believe it came out without a presser.
Me too.
I think that was strategic. I don't think they wanted to be asked the questions that everyone had written down, ready to go. I think they were going to get hammered on the podium.
Yeah, maybe that's why they didn't want to do it, because they knew how much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're gonna pray like hell this just goes away.
Mm-hmm.
So their sleepy little town can keep doing their shady little shit.
You know who I think is going to have more problems in the local LE?
Who?
AWP. I think they're going to get a lot of feedback from
that
this.
video is gonna leak.
Sleuthy said, I want to ask how and when how and when TF he part. I cannot read.
I want to ask
today.
Evan how and when TF how the fuck he parked.
Yeah, he parked next to
Kylie's
Kylie.
car and went to sleep. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, just like the sunroof and the green pants and everything else. It's just more words.
Hearsay.
Yeah, and people likely saw, like Brittany said, didn't people see her drive in the lake Everybody was
think so.
leaving.
They saw lights
I
and
don't
stuff,
think
didn't
so.
they?
Nobody saw her.
It was just too dark, or they weren't paying attention.
Well, I mean, when you're driving around there, like even that car that was across from the Presser family campground, you're not like, if headlights go like this way or that way off in your peripheral vision, you're not going to looking like, you're not looking for a car to go in the water. It's just
True.
lights.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I
You'd
have
have
to
to be
argue with that.
Somebody
have
said on
to.
Val's
Not me,
chat.
because I go driving in the woods all the time with like groups of people. I drive 500
too.
miles in the woods
Yeah, I do
on
too.
gambler rallies.
And if I see someone's headlights veer off the trail, I'm wondering if they're okay.
Sleuthy says I'm not the boss. I don't want to be the boss of you, Sleuthy. I'm not smart enough to be the boss of you.
I can keep up
Can I
with
just-
Sleuthy on a good day.
Can I just point out that somebody said in Zav's chat if they had a tumor, they wouldn't even call it Sammy.
Oh.
I want to know
Oh,
where
God.
Megan is. Where are you, Megan? Are you here? Are you here?
Is she sleuthing in here?
Oh God, I thought she was going to be everywhere tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. I fully expect her to be around all day tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm waiting.
I'm grateful.
Go live and call her out and say, Megan, please come talk.
I think a lot of these people came forward because they wanted to be part of the story.
Yes.
I think that's most of it.
Absolutely.
Whether they were there or not, they
Yep.
just wanted to be part of the story.
But it's not a story. This is a 16-year-old girl's life
Yep.
Yeah.
that has ended in such a fucking horrible way. It's not the most
Unfortunately.
free way to go out, is it? Let's be honest.
Right.
It's horrible. We sit here talking about it and we're able to chuckle through certain things, but in the actuality of the events and everything, reading the autopsy behind that paper is Kiely Rodney laid out on the table.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I have, Brittany. I have been there. I've been in every state, everywhere except for Hawaii and Maine.
I'm missing Alaska and Hawaii.
Alaska was awesome. I went there for 10 days.
I'd love to see Alaska.
Yeah,
I want to go on Alaska cruise.
But I can sadly say that I have flown in and out of every international and regional airport in the continental United States and Puerto Rico.
How do you like Atlanta?
I hate it.
Don't get pulled over.
Yeah, don't get pulled
Oh,
over.
no.
They don't play in Atlanta.
They do not.
No.
There's a nightmare too.
Atlanta stresses me out.
No, yeah.
You be in the cell block for doing 5 over in Atlanta, man. They don't play.
They don't play.
Kay Cooper said, "Remember, Ellie pushed abduction for over a week, so are they just attention seekers too? ? I'm confused."
I think, Kay Cooper, that the family and the friends were pushing abduction so hard that Ellie jumped on board.
Yeah.
Because they were pushing abduction unusually hard.
Yeah.
Well, I think that Kiely's the kind of person that wouldn't have just took off, right? Like run away.
Right.
Well, yeah,
And
because she was responsible and she didn't drink
yeah.
and drive. And
She's responsible. She was ahead in school. She knew the area. So they considered all them facts and been like, well, where can she be? Somebody had to have taken her.
right.
I think that's what kind of led to that. But I just keep going back the difference between Kiely and Jalissa, you guys. I pray to God that Jalissa didn't make it past the first couple 100 feet. You know what I mean?
know.
Like I hope
Yes.
I have nightmares
That
about
car,
that. I can't.
Oh my gosh.
That car nailed a tree. I don't know if you guys looked at the roof, but that car nailed a tree.
It's
Oh,
while
yeah.
it was
It is.
vertical and airborne when it hit
Yep.
that tree, man.
Yep.
Seriously.
It's sad.
Yeah. And that's a long ways down, man.
I'm grateful I haven't seen any of it. I've been too busy the last few days. All I heard was that they found her.
Her car it's horrific. It's awful.
All of the crime scene photos have been posted and the rescue effort.
Yeah.
It's heavy.
Yeah. So in Kiely'S case, I'm not saying it's a good thing at all, but at least there wasn't like the openness of wondering, like Jalissa, you know what I mean, what she went through. Yeah.
Mhm. Is there anything else like really important that we need to go over on this?
Her clothes that everybody's been asking about. She did have all of her clothes with her, guys.
Yep.
It was not green pants, it was black pants, and the top that everybody said it was found, it wasn't. It was on her.
It was black.
Yeah.
Black. It was
Yeah,
black.
it was black pants. Let me look.
No, I don't think it was black
was
pants.
it? I don't know.
It was green. They were green. They were.
Pants, yeah.
Does it
Yeah, it
say
was green. She had multicolored socks. She had her green pants on.
There it is right here.
Oh yeah,
She
green.
had-
Oh no, a grey-green sneaker is found along the body. Oh, there you go. Covered by green twill. Twill? What the hell is twill?
I don't know.
Twill pants. Oh, black belt. There we go. Sorry, that's where I got confused.
She had
And
her
the buckle
black.
was buckled on her belt.
She had her bodysuit on. She had black underwear on too.
She's wearing a bodysuit and underwear?
Yeah.
Is that not weird, ladies?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
I
I don't
think
typically wear it, but
I think the bodysuit was thin
Why-
nylon, like the really thin
Can I
kind. That's
explain?
why I think.
I can explain this. Kylie was on her period at the time.
Oh, okay.
And she was
Oh, yeah.
wearing her Diva cup, but it's likely that she was also wearing a sanitary pad because she was at a party. So I'm
Mhm.
guessing that it's just the added protection.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So
Well, like my grandfather said, never trust anything that bleeds for 7 days and doesn't die.
Excuse me, sir.
God bless him. He was
Her
a
shoes
blunt,
were
he was
green,
a blunt,
Lucy said.
disgusting son of a bitch.
Oh, her shoes were green. And then
Yeah,
she had
green.
all of her jewelry, right? None of her
Yes,
jewelry is
all of
missing.
her
Everything was
jewelry.
there. Yep,
Yep.
she had
Okay,
everything.
so now wait a minute. Back to the jewelry thing. Didn't they release something after she was found looking for the necklace?
Necklaces, yeah.
So
I
she
have
was
no clue
wearing
why.
them.
Yeah, she was.
But they
All
haven't
three of them.
stated-
All three of them were on her neck.
I wonder
Yeah.
if they
And
did
they
that
haven't
to try and
stated
get
about her
somebody to
mobile
talk.
phone.
I wonder if they just did that to get somebody to talk on the phone or something.
You know what they didn't talk about, which is going to cause controversy, what we haven't talked about yet tonight.
Her mobile phone.
Her what?
Her mobile phone.
Yes.
Mhm.
Where is
Her
it?
phone isn't
Yeah.
mentioned. Ali will tell us. They'll get asked by the press, I'm sure.
Well, if they don't hold a press conference, who's gonna
They
ask
will.
them?
No, they will. Ellie will hold one.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
Sleuthy said, "You don't wear underwear with a French cut bodysuit." I doubt she was wearing a pad.
I don't know. I think when you're 16, you'd be so embarrassed if you had it. Diva cups can be tricky at the best
Unpredictable.
of times.
Yeah.
Yep. And if you're out partying and you don't really get a chance or anywhere private to go and empty it, you might want that added protection.
Yeah, sometimes I wear, this is going to be a lot, but sometimes I wear a
Okay.
tampon and a pad.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I'll double
Trigger
up.
warning,
I'll
guys.
be
Trigger
tampon
warning.
and pad.
TMI.
Sorry, guys.
I mean, what you got to think about, Al, is like we
The
know
bracelet, was that found?
all
we
of
know?
them.
She's
All of her
wearing a
bracelets.
bracelet.
Yep.
Yeah,
So that the one that Sammy was wearing
was not hers.
was not hers.
Yeah.
Yep, there are 5 bracelets on the right wrist, including a tan elastic band, a black fabric bracelet with a printed logo, a bracelet consisting of multiple black strings bearing a small dish-shaped pendant with an engraved letter P or D. The 4th bracelet is a light-colored beaded bracelet. That's it. And the 5th is a blue-green elastic band engraved with the lettering what? Bianchi? Banshee? I didn't know that's how you call that. And Lifetime Sea Otter Classic.
The navel piercing was I thought was kind of cool that she had.
We've
It's
been
got
getting
She
a lot
also
of
had
news
a
It's
an
a
ankle
mock.
bracelet.
Her naval thing had a mock cap from a Winchester 38 shell.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. If you read the description of it, that's what it is.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Yeah, it's a mock bullet casing. It's not a real one. It's probably just the top of it.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mal, we're getting a lot of Me Too's with the doubling up.
The what? The what?
We're getting a lot of Me Too's with the doubling
Oh,
up.
okay, good. I'm glad I'm not alone.
Yeah.
I was like, am I extra or what?
Oh.
Okay, y'all, Brittany is in her live. So I'm going to end this here. We can, if y'all want, I know we did not get through a lot like I wanted to. Hold on, let me read this from Sleuth. I'm here to tell you from a professional standpoint, this is not a complete autopsy. I can't figure out why unless to catch up someone up. But I'm telling you what I've seen so far wouldn't be acceptable to California.
See, and
We
I
were
was wondering
saying
that
earlier,
too.
Sleafy.
They might
We were
not have
saying
released. They
this-
might not have released it all to us though.
Correct. Yeah. And y'all, she is a minor.
Mhm.
That was proven to not matter in California.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
It does not matter if they're a minor in California.
Dang.
Does not matter.
So yeah,
saw
what
that
I
on
want-
several panels.
What I wanted to expand on, Al, real quick before we end this is how you were saying how like Ellie wouldn't have a presser. You got to remember, we know this because these YouTube creators FOIA requested this report.
Right.
The general public isn't going to know anything that don't watch YouTube and us.
Well,
Correct.
it's on the news.
Well, right,
It's
but
on local news.
Ellie's still gonna. They're gonna. I'm pretty sure.
I
I'll put a
hope they do.
dollar. I'll put another $1 on it.
Oh, shit, I already owe you $1.
I'll put $1 on
I
it.
already owe you one.
I'm not
I
putting
already
any
owe
money
you.
in. I've been Oprah tonight. I don't need to put any money in.
And no, Scoos has done enough. I'm
Sleuthy,
so
I
grateful
agree.
for all y'all.
I want to see the full document. I don't. It's just listening to Zav go through it was confusing.
But this is right now, you guys, and it's early. So, like, I'm sure that a lot more information from, like, you know, the news or Ellie and all this is going to come out. Like, the whole car part of it and stuff. We're going to learn more.
I think you're right.
Yeah, we're going to learn more.
Oh yeah,
We're
the
just-
full incident support report's going to be interesting.
We're,
Yeah.
like, all on here going crazy over just this report. And it's like there's a whole lot more to know.
Yes. I would like to see it like in full. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Sophie said, she wanted to see the full document, not someone just scrolling through it.
And Brian, to say she was not drunk and that she texted her mom is a whole lot of
Yeah.
assuming. We don't know who texted her mother. We don't know who had control over her phone, and we definitely don't know if she was drunk.
We
Right.
don't even know where her phone is.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's what's crazy to me. Like,
That's why
no
I hate text
mention of a
messages.
phone.
I think they've had the phone the whole time.
I do too.
And they just haven't said anything about it.
Slothy said they had to provide it in its entirety, but they can redact the crap out of it. Case closed, supposedly. It's an open to FOIA. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. This document, it's not redacted because we'd have black lines, right? Isn't that usually how redactions show up? They don't
Yeah,
just delete
yeah.
it. They
None of this
black
looks
it
like
out.
it's
And if there was a whole page redacted, then the numbers that you see down the column there would be a redacted number, and there isn't.
Right. Yep. 100%. Are we going over to Brits?
Let's go, bum rusher.
Okay.
Oh god, I'm gonna have to go to bed soon, but I better go say
Yeah,
hi.
I'm gonna go to bed soon, but I want to go say hey to her real quick and chat for at least 20 minutes because I promised my daughter that I would watch a scary movie with her.
Well,
This
thanks
whole
for
month
having
has
me
been a
up,
scary
Al.
movie.
Thanks for y'all coming up.
Nice talking to you, Al.
Hey, good to talk to you, Scooter.
Thank you, chat and
Oh, yeah,
mods and the members and Scoos for being Oprah. I love y'all.
Thanks, Mal. Thanks, Mal. We love you, Mal.
We love you. I
You're
love
awesome,
you.
Mal.
Oh, I love you. Stop it.
Bye, chat.
Bye, y'all. Y'all head over to Britt's channel if y'all can, okay? Bye, y'all. I appreciate y'all so very much.
Adios.
Adios.